You see, all the people who Musah Danquah had put their beautiful pictures there, all of them will beat anybody NPP will present.
Today.
Fact. But the question is...
You mean all these people?
All these people.
And he adds a word for you.
In fact,
today.
Including me.
Abusia, eni ya oti ye eye Edudzi Tamakloe, ono na okasa no. Na yen papa Musah Danquah o de pu bi a for NDC political party no ho ebetu abonten a na omo kire omo adwen e de afa ho. Na asem a Edudzi Tamakloe one lawyer Kpebu omo eka e de fa NPP amanyoko no ho no. Me hwe video no ewie no, me mood esesa ye. Intimi de anka mesre Ghana ban ene ye parliamentarians no. Sanka obetimi aye mra bi. Senior Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man City, Money Arsenal, Money Manu mo. As a team, omutumi air cross carpet. Na omo air co different team. Air coco for omo prayer bi. Na ababe bua omu team no. Ama omu team no enya hode no. Se kamen kwa anka yenye sa amlani bi. Ewe yen politics na yeye ewe Ghana man mu ha no. Na anka se NDC ehnya obi ewe NPP mu a onko nonkofo nipa no emra. Because o tie nsem mo Kpebu. One lawyer Edudzi Tamakloe mo kana. Na if it's anything to go by ya, NPP party no agu. Because Musah Danquah odi pu no beto abonten no nipa be say 7 e na omo wo NDC mu a odi omo esa pu no. Na according to Edudzi Tamakloe, wasi nipa no kura wonya list vote e wo NDC ho no. Nobody in NPP can stand with that person. Obia in NPP mo sebe. Sa nipa na wonya list vote ewo NDC mu no one no ejina se yento omuso aba even from now up to 2028 NPP betini awene na lawyer Kpebu mpo de obese asem no kra menua me ma mekasa enye tintin Musah Danquah akasa yebekwa kohwe ni video no na yeni kan entie lawyer Kpebu ne nsem o kan he yewia me de Musah Danquah de no beto so e de amo na Martin lawyer Edudzi Tamakloe ono so ne nsem a waka edia for NPP political party no media to so edia mo ma me na wase unya unsubscribe ya na ba subscribe nyankopo yishila ya hwe video no emra yakoba ya beto so.
Yeah, so looking at all the candidates, you see, listen, this thing, you know, I've said it time ad nauseum that this whole range of candidates, it tells me one thing, that the NPP is not ready for the 2028 elections. They are not ready. There is a tone-deaf attitude that got them into opposition in the first place. How can you parade Bawumia? Bawumia, who is a feather with a Kufuado, we said the basic, birds of a feather flock together. Bawumia is a Kufuado. Bawumia is a Kufuado. Bawumia, how is he going to fly? Remember, you see, do this mathematics. You see, it's easy this way. NDC, NPP have a certain constant, right? Until the 2024 elections, the general wisdom was that it's 45-45. That's 45% for NDC, 45% for NPP. But Bawumia performed so shambolically that even NPP members had to vote for JM, right? Such a man who helped Akufo-Addo to unleash terror on us, economic doldrum, right? Haircuts, left, right, center. Where is he going to get a better record to campaign? You have to bring somebody who is not tainted. Somebody who is not, and then when it comes to Kennedy upon, you know, he lacks the temperament and everything to be president, so we'll not waste any more time on that. But the champion who wanted to take our hotels for a song, Brian Champion wanted to take our hotels for a song, but for the leadership of Okujeto, who mobilized Ghanaians.
And do you know what is happening now?
For a song.
Do you know when Slate came to Public Accounts Committee, they are saying that even they are looking for somebody to invest in that company.
Yes, but it's not the same as take it for a song.
Your beef is that it is a Ghanaian that applied.
Hold on.
He will look as dry. We will not know what
you want to entertain all the other candidates.
You want to entertain a foreigner to come and
no. He will look as dry. Brian Champo will look as dry. In any event, come on, but it's so laughable. That's why I say NPP is not ready for 2028. Listen, you want a candidate. Edudzi doesn't have the charisma. You see, he doesn't have the charisma.
Is that all you look out for in a leader?
No, it's also very important. Very, very important. He doesn't have the charisma for presidency.
So
He's a good guy, right? Oh, I've seen him once or twice. That's it. But when you're looking for a president, there's that spark. There's something. He hasn't postured, you see, as somebody who can be father of the nation. No. Kwabena Japan, not, I mean, I have nothing to say that
for me,
particularly.
the best
it's just that it's not, you see, his time is gone. His time is gone, you see. And when I say that, the reason Kwabena Japan, I say his time is gone is that for 2028, no, he cannot win. And so the real game is for 2032. That's why I keep saying that. So they should bring the youngster, bring Buama, you see, Patrick Buama, so that he will contest 2028, lose, and then by 32, everybody say, yes, now he's right. That's the game. 2028,
that's your recommendation.
Yes, Buama.
Is your view.
Yes.
Support him to
Yes.
come.
Okay.
So Bawumia, bringing Bawumia for 2028 is that it means MPP is dashing NDC the
No, but what about?
Thank you.
Yes, so you see, right now the constitution is clear, right? We do 4 years, maximum 2 terms for a president. So for the committee to suggest that we should increase the 4-year term to 5 years, if you add the 1 year increment in each case, you get 2. So that's an indirect third term. It's giving you 2.5 terms. That's why I say it's an indirect third term. And so that's how come, you know, a lot of Gen Zs on the net, etc., have come out strongly that they will not countenance that. Like we keep saying popularly, can you imagine Akufo-Addo in government for 10 years? Would have been dead by now. And don't think that Akufo-Addo is only one of his kind. Look at Bawumia lacing his boot to become president. Can you imagine Bawumia president of Ghana for 10 years? Yes, we'll be dead. Exactly. So please. Exactly. Like, we will not make any mistake. Bawumia, president of Ghana for 10 years, this country will be Scotch F policy. Everybody will be dead. So please, let's not play with this. The recent governance of Akufo-Addo is a sharp reminder that don't do anything to this 4-year term. Don't do anything. You always find wolves who will come in sheep clothing, all right, or in a sheep's wool. Wolves will always come to governors, okay, in sheep's clothing. Then once they get in there, they will show their real character. Always remember, these people we are parading. As I've said, just because, you know, no court of law has convicted any of the candidates, we can't say a lot of things. But things happen, and I'm sure we all know privately the bad things a lot of these guys that want to be president have done. And so it's an indication that when they get to that office, we'll be dead. So please, don't try anything. 4 years is 4 years. If you are good, look, after the 4 years, Ghanaians will say, look, we should find some space for you in this country to continue to help. To continue to help. And I've heard arguments that we need 1 year. Yes, I think last week, Kpebu was making that point about you need time to form a government. Look, our history says, and even before our history, the Supreme Court says that when you appoint a minister, the person should start acting. That's the case of J.H. Mensah versus Attorney General. Says he should start acting until Parliament is ready to invite him to come for vetting, right? So what is this need for? You need about 1 year to form a government. When Akufo-Addo came, didn't he announce his ministers within 2-3 days? Let's check. 2017. You see, he came quickly with the list. We've soon forgotten about that, and now we are clamoring for 1 year for appointments and then another year for campaign. It's neither here nor there. We are very clear. Let's go back to our history in the Constituent Assembly when they were going to adopt the 92 Constitution. There was a vote on this 5-year term. And like we said last week, the 5-year term was roundly defeated, 128 votes against 85. Then number 2, when Fiajo's commission also sat, the feedback they got was that no way for 5-year term. It should be 4 years. And that whilst you are in opposition campaigning to become president, at that time you should know who you want to appoint as your ministers. So if you cannot do multitasking, then such a person is not even fit for president. If you can't do multitasking, we all multitask in life. So whilst campaigning, you should also select your ministers, etc. So the moment you win, and you are sworn in, you announce them straight. We can't say come and sit in office and undo kukwasa for 1 year to go. Please, that's not on.
You have Haruna Idrisu on 26%. Atuforsin on 23%.
Yes.
Asedun Kitia on 22%. Prophet Jenana Opoku 11%. Honorable Julius Debra 7%. Honorable Ablakwa 6%. Prophet Joshua Alabi 3%. Honorable Eric Opoku 2%.
If anyone emerges outside of this group, would that be a surprise to you?
It will not happen.
How do you say this so emphatically?
Look, not everything that I do that I put out. We have a lot of data we don't put out there in public. We know what we are doing. Nobody will come outside this group to lead NDC.
But the numbers can change.
Definitely.
Will change.
And I want the numbers also change.
The numbers will change. The numbers will change.
Yes.
But the faces,
Because
some may even completely drop
I'm
off.
disappointed with some of the numbers you put down there.
But then you go ahead to do this head-to-head
Yes.
of, the top 3 or 4 persons you picked from here.
Yeah.
That assuming it is Haruna Idrisu against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, if elections were held within that period they did this poll, which was in December last year, 2025, this would have been the outcome. Meaning that the goodwill that John Mahama is enjoying is rubbing off all these persons that you put out. 56% Haruna Idrisu as against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, 40%. Dr. Kasela Atuforsin, 58% as against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, 38% if elections were held in December. That's interesting.
Why the difference?
Why the difference?
Demography. When you put Haruna Idrisu against Dr. Bawumia, the accounts don't have their favorite. You see the accounts sitting on the fence. Some will not vote.
I see.
When you throw in Atuforsin, then they come out.
That's what led to the increase.
The changes you are seeing there.
And then you go to...
Asedun Ketia. Yes. He is performing far worse than Atuforsin and Haruna Idrisu compared to against Bawumia. For that race, it is much tighter for NDC if it is Mosquito against Bawumia. 10 points here instead of maybe 12 or 13.
And then you do Julius Debra.
The same thing. He is on the same level as Mosquito, slightly. And this is against
Kennedy Ejapong.
Put him against Dr. Bawumia.
We'll put that up.
We'll come there. So against Kennedy, Debra is 53, and Kennedy is 51. You put Haruna Idrisu against Kennedy, Haruna goes 61%, and Kennedy goes to 34%. You know why?
Tell me.
In a race in the north where DMB is not a ticket, the entire northern bloc vote protest against MPP, and they go to Haruna Idrisu.
I see. Protest vote.
The entire northern sector, northern votes.
Because Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's
Absolutely.
footprints in the
It's
northern
north.
Ghana is not
Yes.
without the...
Yes.
Then you see...
Here, the same effect, but then the accounts again come out a lot more when it is Atu than when it is Haruna Idrisu in the southern part. But they retain the northern sector because Bawumia again is not in the ticket. On the ticket. When you put Asedun Ketia, he goes up compared to Bawumia. But then Kennedy also does worse compared to Bawumia against Mosquito.
You see, all the people who Musah Danquah had put their beautiful pictures there, all of them will beat anybody MPP will present.
Today.
Fact. But the question is,
You mean all these people?
all these people,
And he adds a word for you
in fact,
today.
including me. But
That today is very important.
Calm down. But you see, for me, The critical question is, NDC politics is a timing politics.
Timing.
Timing.
Which one is not?
And so if you miss the timing conversation in NDC, you are gone. Check from 1992. One misstep, you are gone. And you are gone for good. One misstep.
Unless you are President Mahama. You want to go for good.
And he bid his time. And time made the difference for him. Quintessential. You hardly get that. A person who got the timing right. That's him. Uniquely so. We have seen, growing up, people who had all kinds of ambitions in our party, and later it became a very serious one. So it's good Musah Danquah is doing his work, but I can tell you that it's completely premature. Completely premature, because where I sit and what I see, possibly just one word from the mouth of President Mahama can change all the dynamics. What about that? Our party, if you recall, there were many who were on their flinches. It took one radio declaration to change the dynamics of everything. That's the NDC for you. Our party hardly sticks to models. The NDC is a very unique political party. And so, yes, Musah Danquah is an accomplished pollster. He's done this not only in Ghana, he's done this not only for politics, but even for private organizations. He pulls beautiful numbers for private organizations, and I respect him a great deal. But I'm saying that the conversation about NDC flag bearership today is a very premature conversation, and I do not have the competence to tell him not to. What I can urge our party supporters is that we have governance ahead of us. The expectation of the people of Ghana is to deliver on the social contract that President Mahama and the NDC signed with them on the 7th day of December 2024. That is their only legitimate expectation of us. When the time comes, and per the NDC constitution, this whole year we dedicate it to reorganizing the party.
I see.
We'll do our branch elections, constituency election, regional election, national election. Per the party constitution, when we are in government, we have 24 months within to elect. When we are in opposition, 24 months to do that, so you can have enough time. When we are in government, there's not much urgency.
That's 12 months.
12 months is enough for us to do.
So you want to worry about this in 2027?
Because the point is, if we don't deliver, putting anybody on it, and President Mahama has this analogy he used to make. He said, if the horse is not healthy, the person who mounts the horse is irrelevant. Get a healthy horse, and the person who mounts it only do just an additional work. And so at this point, how do you get the NDC as a political party to be healthy for a future election? By delivering, by working on the expectation of the people of this country. That, for me, is what is important. Once you do that, all other things will fall in place. We will win the 2028 election. That, for me, is the most important thing. And that should be the modeling that Musah Danquah should be putting up.
Yes, yakako hi video na ba ma na wase na mesle wo any comment just go to the comment section na chile wadwen ebo ho mesle wo no obi nya adwen ya enya temdidie. That is why ye practice democracy. Or they say can be mamin can be into ya adwen chile wa chile na adwen na won so wa chile wadwen in a professional and respectful way. Na boa abahibiala ayekama mami fa wo ensia na mesle say winya subscribe like video we share ma wonu ya bi no so onya bi enhwe me ne wo ebe share bi sisi ye di makro bye bye.